Hello and welcome to a yarn story.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
It's so bad.
So
I was just about to say maybe I should have said the intro to that.
Do I try?
Hello and welcome to a yarn story. You're better at it than me.
I don't know that I am. So I'm Carmen and I lost my voice 2 weeks ago and it's still not back yet, so I apologize if this sounds terrible in the audio version.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I'm Kaylee, and I caught Carmen's cold, but I haven't lost my voice yet.
I think that's the super special. I had the cold during Rhinebeck.
Yeah,
and
I
talked
know. Oh my
much,
god, it was a bit of a thing, wasn't it? Working during Rhinebeck during that cold.
Yes. We'll get into that in a minute. First, let's talk about these lovely drinks we have in front of us.
So, actually, you guys can't see them. Look at this artistry right here.
It's so pretty and fancy tonight. Look at that.
Look at that.
Ooh, cheers.
I love how you can see the light reflecting out of it.
Also, new glasses. New
glasses, yep. So we originally thought when we started the podcast that we could like evolve our glasses each episode or something.
I think each season.
Each season. Oh, okay. I think it was each episode. I was like, we're gonna start a whole like glass shop now. Like you can come and get your yarn, get your glass, get your wine. It's gonna be a bistro.
Where would we put any of that? Is really the question.
We need Adrian to move out and then but yeah, so anyway, this week, because both of us are sick.
Yes. And if you can't tell.
Yes. We are drinking a non-alcoholic, but Sam always makes fun of me when I say this word. Botanical, there we go, non-alcoholic spirit. And it's called Pentire or Pentire.
It's really not going to focus on that.
Yeah.
That was my Pentire, yeah.
Pentire. And it's made in Cornwall.
It's very cool.
And it's lots of different...
it is herbaceous.
Herbaceous, yeah.
That's a nice word, by the way.
Sam uses that word a lot.
I have a little bar behind me.
Yeah, I know. Cool, I got a like so I bought all of this. They're not sponsoring us. We probably should have like written to them and been like, oh, you want to sponsor us? But you know, I didn't think that far ahead.
We never do.
But I bought these because I was thinking, well, I kept getting advertised them on Instagram basically, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And you know, occasionally I like to end my day with like an after work drink, but I don't actually want the alcohol. I just want something like ritualistic. Yeah, exactly. And so I thought this could be a good replacement if it's actually good. So I got like the sample pack. And so these are like all the different ones, and then they actually have a margarita one, which I didn't bring because I thought we could use that in an episode later.
I like it. I like the
Yeah. So the Adrift is their like flagship one, I think. Like it's their like original flavor, as you would say.
Sorry, that's one you used.
Yeah, this is the one that we're drinking.
It kind of tastes like a G&T without that like hit of booze, basically.
But it's still like really citrusy, really refreshing. It does almost taste like there's alcohol in there, but it doesn't. You don't get the like bite as much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what's missing.
But it's really refreshing, really flavorful.
Yes, very flavorful.
Even despite the garnishes and stuff, I had it 2 nights ago and it was just as flavorful, which was really nice. But this is supposed to have rock samphire, headland sage, Pentire plant blend, whatever that is.
I have no idea what that is.
And citrus and sea purslane. So I think the idea is that they're using like flavors of Cornwall in it as well to like bring out.
Yeah.
And then this one is this coastal spritz. This is supposed to be like a Campari
that sounds right in my alley.
Yeah, I was thinking we could have that as in the second half.
Oh, okay.
Of the YouTube.
I mean, Kaylee brought like, there's a lemon over there. She brought a bag of ice.
Yep.
There's rosemary in our drinks.
Yep, rosemary, lemon.
We went all fancy.
Yeah, so I think they're pretty good. Try them if you are interested in a non-alcoholic option.
Yep.
And not for all the people who say we drink too much wine. Now we're drinking non-alcoholic boozy things. Non-boozy things.
Non-boozy things. I think there's also like, I definitely got a bunch of advice being sick the last few weeks.
Oh yeah.
And to everybody I was like, I am taking care of myself as much as I possibly can. Like, I am actually getting sleep. I drank how many gallons of like fresh lemon ginger honey tea? Like,
you did so many steam baths.
I did so many steam baths.
You went to bed actually very early.
I really did. Like, I wasn't partying. I wasn't not taking care of myself.
Mm-mm.
It's just really...
Yeah. It's lingering.
It's lingering.
Yeah, I've been in bed for the last 4 days. Today was my first day back at work.
Welcome.
Yeah. I thought I was fine, and then all of a sudden Sunday night it was like, oh no, I'm not fine. But it's not COVID. I've tested like 4 times. Carmen's tested. So we're the lucky ones.
Yeah. This is just like the nastiest head cold I've had in a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
I said this a few times in the US, like I used to get sinus infections almost every winter living in the US. And since I moved to Europe, I don't get them anymore. And it's because of the way like air conditioning and heating works.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I think, because I was like very much at the tail end of my cold, and then I got on an airplane and then was in the US, and it definitely got worse again. And then we were just working too hard.
We were working very hard. You were working very hard.
You know, the boss has to work hard.
Boss has to work hard. The boss was non-stop for the last, what, 6 weeks? I feel like you've been non-stop for the last like 3 years.
I mean, that is true.
Since the beginning of the pandemic.
Since the beginning of time.
Since the beginning of this shop. 9 years,
9
too.
years, yeah,
yes.
actually.
Yeah.
Yes, for those of you who don't get the newsletter or are new, we celebrated our 9-year anniversary this week. In the shop, we opened November 1st, 2014. Which feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah. Little baby Kaylee. That's when I graduated.
High school?
No.
Oh.
Not like... that baby. I was what, 23 when I graduated high school, and I went on to do a PhD.
I couldn't do that math fast. Also, that's the really main point. I can't laugh. No. Like, my laugh is like...
So it'll just be me laughing.
Yeah, you'll be the audio track. I bet James will have a field day with that. Yeah, so little moment of celebration for the tiny space that we started in.
Yep.
It was so many, people don't believe me. It was like 10 square feet or something. It was so tiny. Had these 2 French doors that opened into the room.
Oh no, that's bad.
Because it was this barn conversion. Someone was trying to like turn this cider house. It's just outside of town. It's on Box Road. So it was a cider farm, and this was like a barn from it, and someone was trying to turn it into like a fancy farm shop, because you know we love a fancy farm shop in the UK. And so they have these little retail spaces in it, and there was one left, and I took it because I couldn't find a base space in town, and I really wanted to get started. And so I, like, it was IKEA furniture, and I had to come up with a situation where I could like open these doors and like create more space. So my till was actually a baby changing table from IKEA.
Oh really? Oh my god.
That I put wheels on. I didn't put like the platform to like change the baby onto it. I just used the rest of it. And I put wheels on it. And so every morning I would like open the doors, and then I would wheel the till in front of one of the doors. And so that was the till area. And then I would move a bunch of stuff in front of the other door so it would stay open. And that was my shop.
What were you carrying back then?
Let's see what we have. We had Shibui, Sweet Georgia yarns, hedgehog fibers.
So you still packed it.
Oh my god, yes. Like, I spent a lot of money stocking that shop with really nice yarn. Those few square feet had really nice yarn in it. I'm trying to think. There are things that we had then that I still carry. Julie Asselin.
Did you say Sweet Georgia?
Sweet Georgia, which we haven't had in a little while, but I do love their yarn.
Yeah, their sock is amazing too.
Yeah, their Tough Love sock is truly amazing. And Kettle Yarn Co. we had. I don't remember if I had them from the very beginning or if I got them in later when I moved to this.
Townhouse?
Nope, Townhouse was only just starting. So Townhouse yarns started at like the same time I did. Because Jenny and I talked about that when we were starting. Jenny is the dyer at Townhouse Yarns in Ireland, who we got to see last week, which was really nice. I'm trying to think. I mean, there's a lot. I didn't have the fiber company yet because they weren't really over here in Europe yet. Like, they've existed a lot longer. But, yeah. And I feel
Garthnor was?
Nope.
Garthnor was around, but you didn't have
They were around, but I don't think they were wholesaling at the time.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know about them until a few years later. Met them at PalmFest.
Ah.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's PalmFest was a festival that Pom Pom magazine threw many summers ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It was a celebration of a big anniversary issue. I just don't remember which one it was. Like maybe issue 20.
Okay.
I don't know what they're on now.
I think they're on like 40. Well, they're on 48 and they're closing.
Yeah, they announced this week that they are closing, which is quite sad.
Yeah. They're a big staple within the yarn magazine community.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I have a huge catalog.
I know. I'm kind of like, actually, like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my god, I'm panicking. I need to get all these back issues. Like, what if they go out of stock? How am I ever going to get these patterns? And then I'm like, the designers will probably just release them.
The patterns are mostly available individually now, so it's fine.
So it's fine. I did realize that eventually, and then I was like, okay, Kaylee, you can calm down.
Yeah, so that was the tiny shop, and then I moved in here 6 months later. Yep. Because the landlord of that space didn't know what they were doing, and there was a whole thing. There was a fire because...
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, not like in the building. Basically, it wasn't fit for purpose.
Yeah.
There was a restaurant in it, and the mains electricity that was coming into the building, that sparked, and there was a little fire outside. And so then we were all told we couldn't have any heating in our units.
Oh my god, that's
and all
terrible.
of us just had like a little electric oil heater because it was freezing in there because it was a barn. So like my unit had its own weather system because it was open to the outdoors. Basically there was like a gap between the roof and the wall. And so I started looking for something else, and then this space came up and I rented it.
That's
and
awesome.
Then we moved in here.
It's a good space.
It is a good space.
It's done us well.
It has done us very well, and we are staying here for a long time still.
Yep. Everybody is always like, you need more space, you need more space. Start hanging things from the ceiling.
No hanging things from the ceiling.
Carmen's vetoed that idea lots of times.
Like many times.
Yeah. But you can do a lot with this space.
It's a good space. We have done a lot of this. Amanda sent that photo the other day of what it looked like when she first started working. Right? Like crazy. 7 years ago. And
it's
like,
so different.
Oh yeah, we had wall space. And there was space for mannequins, and it looked empty.
Well, that's why you have too this unfoldable island because it used to do knit night right around it and events.
Well, no, so we used to have once upon a time there was a table and chairs.
Really?
There was a table and chairs in the middle of the room. It was a lovely painted table. There were also like knitting quotes on it, hand painted, not by me, by the way. And that's where we used to have knit. It wasn't really knit night because we used to do it on a Tuesday morning and the shop was open. Okay. That was our first knit night. And then we kind of got more stuff and it got too crowded. And so I had this idea to build the island with a table that like folds out. So basically there's yarn shelves on either side if you haven't been in here. And then there's a tabletop that folds out, and that is where we held classes. So we would fold out the tabletop with stools, and then that was our class space. But we just keep adding more furniture, more yarn, more samples, and there just isn't space to like fold that out anymore. Yeah. Which is unfortunate.
Because we do like classes and events, but
we do like classes and events. But you know, things evolve.
Things evolve. You've got a lot of other things on your plate too.
There's a lot of but I'm quite happy with where we are. I'm happy that we're still here, and yay.
Yay! Yay, 9 years. That's my lucky number.
Is it?
So it's gonna be a good year.
Yay! I got big plans for year 10.
Yeah, I bet.
I will not say anything more than that right now.
Have you started planning it yet? Is it in the works yet?
Yes.
Okay. Very exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah. Okay, so I won't babble on about... See, I didn't even know we were going to talk about that. And we're going to try to keep it short and sweet because I can't talk. So, I mean, we've been talking about Rhinebeck for weeks. Yep. If not months.
Yep. And you would have seen some of our content, but honestly, probably you were expecting more than we actually got around to posting. Yeah. Because we had this whole idea that we would go and, you know, we'd film all this content and we got mics and we're like, oh, we'll do like a tour and like, you know, talk to people and have like different segments where we film with people, with my mom and the boys, and you know, like
we'll do some podcast. We'll do like an episode there.
None of that happened.
Like literally none of that happened.
And I don't know why we thought it would. Like as soon as we were there too, it was like we had no time for anything else but what we did.
I was skeptical. I was like, maybe because we have a big enough team, there was not time.
No.
I have barely any content. Like I don't even think I can put a TikTok together.
Yeah.
Like or a reel.
Yeah. I have barely any content too, and I'm just like, what did I do with the photos, or did I just not take any photos?
Yeah, I have barely any. We do have a few fangirl photos.
Oh yeah, yeah. We do.
Kaylee and I met a couple of designers that we might have fangirl.
Yes, we did.
Quite significantly.
Yes. Yeah, I think I talked to Alicia Plummer for like hours.
Who we, by the way, like met in the dark.
Well, we were just casually standing next to her, and then we're like, oh, hello.
Yeah, so I was talking to her, and I was like, are you Alicia Plummer? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh my god, the first sweater I ever knit was one you designed. That was cool.
That was cool.
That was just in the dark.
And then I saw her at Rhinebeck the next day at Harrisville Designs at their booth. And I was like, oh, hey, we saw you. And then we started chatting some more, and then she came over to Garthmore. Got some yarn. Yep.
Yeah. So also Thea Coleman.
Yes, Thea Coleman.
And I spent like 20 minutes on the booth being like, is that Thea Coleman?
Yeah, and then I was talking to her for like 15 minutes, and I was like, I think this is Thea Coleman, but I don't know. I can't remember what she looks like exactly. But you know, that jumper that she's wearing looks like a Thea Coleman jumper. And then Carmen was like, are you Thea Coleman? And I was like, it is her, isn't it?
And then we were a bit like, ah!
But I also love how I was like, that's definitely a Thea Coleman jumper on Thea Coleman.
She said to us like, what does that mean? Do I have a style? And we were like, yes, you have a style. You're the queen of cable. She goes, no, that's Nora Goen. And I was like, yeah, her too. But you're also a cable queen.
She was walking around with Emily Green too, who I am a big fan of.
See, I didn't recognize her. I recognize her designs, but I didn't recognize her.
She has a distinctive style too, very architectural. She's an architect, and I love, like, so her tensile jumper, which I've worn on here before, I think, was the first jumper I knit during lockdown at a Brooklyn Tweed loft. And I was going through her patterns, and I was like, oh, I've made that one, I've made that one, I've made that one. I think I've made 4 of her designs, which
so super fan.
Yeah, exactly. And I've got loads more saved, so I love her stuff. She's amazing. She's got really good cables too.
And Amy Christophers.
Yep.
Or Christophers.
Christophers. Yeah.
Anyways, of Pressed Flowers.
Yes. Yeah. She's so tall.
She's so tall.
Yeah.
And Thea Coleman is so short.
Yes.
Like I had been told that she was short, but it's also one of those things where I notice how very tall I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, Amy Christophers is very tall.
Yeah.
I got to see her site. And I mean, not a designer, but I got to see my friend Casey of Port Fiber.
Oh yeah.
Who's also really tall.
Yeah.
And I get to stand up really straight.
Yeah.
And they have the most amazing jeans. And if I go to New York for VKL, I know exactly where I'm going jeans shopping.
Because of them?
Yes.
I love it.
Because there's like this designer. Anyway, I'm not going to do a whole thing on it, but
you're going to get comments though about it. People are going to be like, who is it?
I'm going to have to remember the name. I'm going to have to message and be like, what was the name again?
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yes.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's the other super tall person.
And then who else? Oh, I met Andrea Mowry, but just at the event, the Hill thing. So Susan, my mom and I went for the Hill photo, and we were lucky.
You mostly finished your tessellated.
I had it still on the needles, so I put it on though. So I finished the body, and I had one, whatever that thing is, ribbing cuff thing, because I did the vest. I had like one of those going, and then everything else was like ends and stuff, and people were cracking up about it. I actually got like a bunch of people like who I don't know were like taking photos of me. I was like,
here's the girl with the needle in his like,
yeah, exactly. And I was kind of like, oh great, I'm a loser. No. But I got a pin from one of the Coop Knits girls that said Yes, it's a whip. Yes, it's still a whip. And Andrew and Mary and I got a really funny photo, and she was cracking up about it too. So it was good. It was good fun. Yeah.
She's really nice.
She's very sweet. Yeah. Yes. Very sweet.
I didn't actually run into her.
No.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
And
I did tell her that you said hello.
Yes.
I went around telling everybody that Carmen said hello because Carmen could not speak.
I could not speak on that day. Saturday I was really like, I didn't finish my tessellated, in case you were curious. Like, not even close. At this moment in time, I'm not even sure I'm going to finish it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No, you have to finish it.
I don't know that I like my colors that much.
Oh, come on.
So I might do a different color combo. I'm really not that far. That
yeah.
It wouldn't be the end of the world to do it again.
I had planned today to wear that too, and I just put this on because it was cold.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you and I are like starkly contrasting in our
yeah, I know. I look very Christmassy, today. Don't I?
You're like winter cold, and I'm like bright strawberry pink. But it's Friday and we wear red lipstick.
Yep. I did bring my red lipstick. I thought to put it on beforehand, but I forgot. Oh well.
That's fine. Now you know what day we're filming on. So we do have stashes to show you.
Yep.
In our Rhinebeck haul, as it were.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, this episode's really just talking about that, which we've started doing. How about you tell us what you thought of your first yarn festival?
I thought it was good. It was very overwhelming, especially on Friday at Wool and Folk.
Yeah. Which is the event we were selling.
Yeah, we were selling
Walcott.
Yeah. So on Friday it was Les Garçons and Walcott yarns on one booth at Wool and Folk, and I kind of knew what I was getting into because of, like, I've been to Unravel, and I just know from you and Anna and the team of, like, how crazy it is.
And also we put you on the till.
Yes.
Because you've worked many a Black Friday.
I have.
In bigger retail shops.
And Old Navy's, where we had $1 flip-flops or something, sales too, where people were like, you had to, like, only get 5 flip-flops, and people were like, I'm going to murder you if you do not let me get 10 flip-flops. And I'm like, they're flip-flops. How many do you need?
So that was your, like, preparation for it, which is why we put Kaylee on the till.
And it went fine, I think. It was chaotic. It was not a great building for the event. Probably some of you have heard all the various different accounts of different vendors. For us, we were, like, pretty much in a corner next to the bar, and, like, nobody else was around us, and right next to a door. So it was very, like, we only saw what was in front of us kind of thing, because none of us were able to, like, leave the booth for a single minute.
We are calling it an isolating experience, an isolated experience.
Very isolated. But definitely for me, I noticed, you know, there were, it was extremely crowded, really hard to get through, really overwhelming. I had a few customers who asked me for masks, and we didn't have any. In hindsight, I think that probably would have been a good thing, because now we all come back pretty sick. And also there were a few wheelchair users that were unable to, like, get to the booths, which was really disappointing. And I felt horrible for them, and that I couldn't personally do anything about it. So I found that really, like, overwhelming, and had my first yarn show panic attack later that night. But luckily I was in a room with everybody else who have also had yarn show panic attacks. So Carmen was like, all right, we're hugging now. Just keep hugging. And she kept hugging me until I calmed down. So
very long arms, they're very good for hugging.
Yeah, so that was really sweet. But I felt really supported by everybody at the team. I've said this to you guys all over the weekend, but also when we got back but yeah, it was so it was just very overwhelming and lots going on. The next day at Rhinebeck, we had a lot more space. It was way more.
Yeah, it's a much bigger building. Like, it's a fairground. Well, if you're from America, you'll know what a fairground means.
Yeah.
If you're from the UK, it's
a big field with buildings.
Yeah, and, like, we're talking big barn buildings with, like, 50-foot ceilings.
Yeah, exactly.
Lots of windows, like, it's
like proper like structures too. They're like
they're buildings.
Yeah, they're buildings, not like yeah, they're gonna fall over barns.
Yeah, no. They're on concrete too. Like these are There's big agricultural shows and stuff like this. There's all sorts of like,
and because it's at the county fairgrounds too, like it comes with like it is. I think it is all still volunteer led. But they do so many of these events that and Sheep and Wool has been going on for so long. So we actually found out 1980. Yes.
Oh, sorry. I stole your thunder there.
That's fine.
I apologize.
Oh, but anyway, because they've been going on for so long, it was like way better organized. Yeah. It was a very smoothly moving event, and so throughout the weekend you could kind of decompress a little bit, but still, you know, lots going on.
Yes, lots going on.
But I do have to say, actually, one of my favorite bits about it was seeing how many people who had wanted to see us, like see our yarn, not us, although there was that too.
There was that too, which was quite fun.
Which was really fun. And a lot of people, who, you know, came up to us and said that they really enjoyed the podcast and, you know, keep doing what we're doing, and that was like really meant a lot to me.
Meant a lot to us. Yeah.
I never thought for a million years that I would ever do anything where I record myself and put it out there. I think in 5th grade I finally saw for the first time my voice recorded, and I was like, I am never speaking again. Ever. So in a million years I never thought I would do something like this, and so
then
it was
like
really good.
Get recognized in a public setting.
Exactly.
Because of it. Yeah.
And
it's a bit weird the first time it happens.
It is. Yes, and especially that somebody asked us, I mean I love this, and whoever asked us this is probably watching, and it was so sweet. Asked us to sign a skein of yarn.
Yeah, the label.
And I was kind of like, what is my signature for this? Like, how do I even write my name on this? Because the way I sign my bills is really boring, and you can't even tell it's...
I was like, I feel like I need a celebrity signature.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I don't have one. So maybe I'll work on that. We can talk to Athena. She can give us a class.
Yes, exactly. Oh my god. Well, we can't get too big for our boots.
No, definitely not. But it always feels like I've had my face out there a bit longer. Like obviously I've been doing the podcast as long as you have, but it has not stopped feeling weird and special when people come talk to you and tell you that they follow your Instagram, they read your newsletter, they watch your podcast, like whatever it is. I would just say to like everybody, if there's a creator out there that you enjoy, like keep telling them that, because it means a lot. It means a lot. It's a weird vacuum. Like we just talked to this camera in front of us.
And we see some of your comments and stuff like that. But really, I think, you know, whenever you're creating anything that you put out there into the world, you never actually really get to see how it affects or impacts people. And some people are more vocal than others on social media, and you never really get to see the full extent of who it's impacting, for better or for worse. Yeah, you know, and so I think it's really always important to kind of tell people what you think about them, even, well, unless it's really nasty. Don't tell me that then. Don't be mean to me. I think you know.
A lot of people, because I feel this way sometimes when I'm, you know, watching other content creators, I think you feel like you can't reach out to them, or you can't talk to them because they're like too celebrity or something, and I don't actually think that's true. I think everybody appreciates hearing from the people that are listening.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it helps inform what you talk about.
Definitely.
Right? Because I don't know. I don't really talk just for myself.
Yeah.
It's boring.
Yeah, definitely. I think about this too a lot, actually, because of the teaching that I did at university, and philosophy is like one of those subjects that, like, you do lots of readings, you come to class, you do these discussions, but it's never something that you like fully appreciate in the moment until like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10, 15, whatever, how many years later, and something happens in your life, and then you're like thinking back to that class that you were in when you're 18 years old, and you're like, huh, that's what they meant.
Yes.
And it like the ball drops, and then that like really affects you or impacts you or helps you understand that thing that you're going through. And I think that's what's so special about like philosophy is you don't really know its impact for years and years to come, And so as a teacher of philosophy, it's really hard sometimes because you're going class after class and you see your students struggle and then they graduate and then you don't hear from most of them ever again. Yeah. And you're kind of like, okay, so did all of this work ever amount to anything? Like, what, you know, did this have an impact? How do I measure that? How do I judge it? And it's really difficult. So I have to always remind myself in that situation, like, it impacts people more than you think. So hang in there kind of thing. But I only really know that because I know that about myself, is that's how I feel about my undergraduate education and knowing the value of it now versus knowing what I thought about the value back in, you know, when I was 23.
Yeah.
And that's changed a lot. So I think with anything I do, anything we all do, we should always think about that, of the people that we're impacting and
definitely,
and how to take it forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my philosophy for this episode. Sorry.
So what we really want to say is, like, everybody who came and said hello to us, who bought from us at Wool & Folk, who talked to us on the Garth and Or booth and bought from us at Garth and Or, like, we were working the Garth and Or booth Saturday and Sunday as well. And while that's not our business, we absolutely support and like what they do, and we stock them in the shop, and they're good friends of ours. And it just, like, all of that just means a lot, and we appreciate it.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Thank you. You want to see what yarn we got for ourselves now? I think it's yarn the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been sneakily already, like, showing off one of yours.
Oh yes, I have. I have, indeed. So yes, some of you, if you follow me on Instagram, or Carmen, I think Carmen reposted this. So this is one of the purchases I made. I didn't buy the hat. I knit the hat from the yarn. Like,
so how about describe it for our audio listeners? So
it is a crunchy wool hat. Yes. It's made out of Prada de Lana's Criollo. Oh yeah, because it's Spanish, not Italian. Yeah.
Which I think is really fun. Criollo is what I want to say.
Yeah. It's a, what color would you say that is?
I'd say
burnt reddy
rust.
Orange.
Burnt rust is what I'm gonna go.
Burnt rust, but more to the red end of the rust spectrum. Yeah. And then I've got a navy blue pom-pom.
Toasted rust.
Toasted rust.
I'm gonna name a color that. Roasted.
No. Roasted rust.
They almost got roasted. It's very pretty.
Yes, it is very pretty. So
and what's the pattern?
This is a pattern by Wool & Pine Designs, called Ponderosa. It was very, very easy. I cast it on Friday and I was done on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I used about a skein and like a fourth.
I think they're 50 gram skeins.
Yeah, so they're 50 gram skeins. I think there were like 120 yards. So I actually have, I think I have like about half of a ball left, maybe.
Yeah. That sounds right for like a cabled hat.
Yeah.
About 70 grams.
So I knew I wanted, when I saw the yarn, I knew I wanted to do a cabled something.
Yeah.
And because I bought a crap ton of other yarn and I was like starting to get scared of how much money I was spending, I was like, you know what? I've never knit myself a hat. Let's knit myself a hat.
I love it. I love it. So
this is my now winter hat. It's really so cute. Lovely and warming. It's also it's a crunchy yarn, so it's not like merino soft, but it is still soft, and I know that it's gonna like last a lifetime and wear so nicely and get softer and softer as I wear it.
You're gonna be wearing that 30 years from now.
I know. So I'm very excited about it. So yes, that is one of my...
Did you just buy the 2 skeins of that color?
I just bought the 2 skeins, because I was trying to be good. I was thinking about buying a whole sweater. I bullied Susan into buying a whole sweater's quantity.
You bullied Susan into
buying a lot of things. She bullied me into things too, though.
We should have really had Susan on this with us. But, she's quite sick this week. So.
Poor Susan. So actually, I have one of Susan's here because I had to bring it back in my suitcase.
So I'm gonna start with my non-yarny thing, which is from Matterroot. And actually, so I totally copycatted. Max came back with a little present for Vincent on Saturday evening. And I was like, I want one. So I went and bought one. And it is a t-shirt with a heart of like stitches. Those are stitch patterns, stitch designs in there. So I got a t-shirt, knit stitches and a heart, which I think is really cute.
That the same one that...
It's the exact same one Vincent has, so we can be matchy-matchy next time we see each other. And then they also have this sweatshirt that has a sheep on it.
I know. I'm actually really jealous of that. I want that.
Well, and I'm such a sucker for a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is from them. And also from Matterroot is this really cute little pouch.
That's so cute.
I mean, by the time I got there...
When did you see this?
Yeah, so this was Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Like, late.
And
so
where were they?
They were in the furthest barn.
Oh.
So
you were like...
Yeah, I was like booking it, basically. So I knew they were out of bags, but I was like, please have a t-shirt in my size. Because, yeah, they just sold out really quickly. But this is like lovely bright pink, very well made little canvas. I mean, who doesn't need 8 million little pouchies?
No. If you're a knitter, you need 8 million.
Yeah, and they had these little temporary tattoos. Yeah, I don't think
so cute.
Of the heart stitches. So, and they were free, so I might have grabbed a little stack so I can like keep having a tattoo if I want one. So this is my non-yarny purchase.
Cool. Well, I have a non-yarny purchase.
Oh yeah,
sort of. This is one of these things where Carmen and I were joking. Basically, I have now picked up 2 other crafts since going to Rhinebeck. One of them is felting. Yay!
Is that needle felting or wet felting?
Needle felting.
Okay.
I think. I have no idea. I honestly, I saw it and I, like, so it's actually quite a big, like, wall hanging thing. But I thought it would look really cute in my new house.
It's very cute.
That I'm going to be moving into in January. And I could put it on the wall in my little like alcove where I'm going to put all my yarn, and I'm going to put a comfy chair in my bookcase, and then I'll have that hanging on the wall. So this is from the felting studio, and they had a big booth, and I was just like, it was all kind of like William Morris kind of designs. So I'm hoping that I will actually do this because I think it would be really cool to do.
Yeah, it's very cute.
I like picking up new crafts, and actually last year you got me a little sheepy.
Oh yeah,
that was for needle felting. Yeah.
Have you done it yet?
Yeah, I did it. Oh. It's sitting on Sam's desk. Oh. I made it, and then Sam said, "This is mine now."
Oh, that's sweet. Okay, so alright, what am I gonna
do? The bag, first of all.
Well,
I forgot my bag.
I have my bag. I think, so these are presents, but so there's a chance that the people who are getting them might see this, but I need to show off the yarn because it's just too good not to show off.
I am really pissed that I actually didn't get a skein of it.
I really am a bit mad I didn't get myself a skein.
Yeah, it is so good.
We do know where to get it.
Yes, we do.
So this is Spin Cycle Plump, and it's called Safety Meeting, and it's the custom color for Port Fiber, which is in Maine, and it is bright lime green with like some pinks and purples in it.
It's amazing.
And it's amazing.
It's amazeballs.
It is amazeballs. And yes, I think the recipients are really going to enjoy it.
I think so too. As soon as you came back with them, I was kind of like, ooh, I want one of those. I hope one of those is for me. And then she told me who they were for, and I was like, oh, well, fair enough. I got, actually, this was one of my purchases at Wool'n Folk. So at the very end, when there was nobody left, basically all the vendors went and shopped at each other's stalls. So I went over to Lavender Loon, and is that their name? Yeah, Lavender Loon, yeah. Or Lune, maybe is how you pronounce it. But anyway, this isn't her custom colorway, but she did bespoke kits for a pattern with Spin Cycle, and this was the color that they used in those kits. So she had the kits there,
That is the custom colorway for a shop though.
Oh, is it?
I think it's Black Mountain Yarns.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Okay.
I did see Danny there.
Okay. But I definitely got this at Lavender.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to doubt
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that is the...
Oh yeah, it says it right here.
Oh.
Black Mountain exclusive.
Does that say it on ours?
Maybe. Yeah, a Yarn Story exclusive.
I never noticed that before.
That's so funny.
Okay, back to your purchases.
Well, anyway, that's what I got there. So I was obsessed with it. I mean, I could have bought the entire cardigan's worth of this stuff. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but it's going in the Spin Cycle collection.
Some nice teals and some moody bits.
Yeah, some moody bits, and I like the orange popping through, of course.
Do you know? Do you like the orange popping through?
Yeah, I do.
Let's see. I'll do this. So.
Oh yeah, you got that from Prado.
Yes, so we got to stay with my friends Amanda and Alberto and their family, Prado de Lana in Massachusetts for a few days before and after the event. And she was prepping for the show too, so she had a lot of yarn around. She was labeling stuff. And I was sitting there and I was staring at this yarn and I was like, that's so nice. But I didn't want to be that person that was like, can I just before you
go to a yarn show?
Can I have that? Can I buy that? And then I took you guys to the booth on Saturday and I was like, is that the cut? There was like this one cubby that only had 4 skeins in it. And I was like, is that the one I was looking at? She was, yeah. And I was like, mine.
I have to take it.
I was like, I cannot believe you only have 4 skeins left. Like, why didn't I ask? Well, there were like 30 on your floor. So I have 4 skeins of this DK weight Housatonic. It is a Romney Rommeldale CVM. So it's from their own flock, and they never dye the yarn from their own flock. It's a rich chocolate brown with a few flecks in it, sort of. It's really beautifully spun.
It's really squishy.
It's really squishy.
Really, yeah.
I think it's gonna make a beautiful sweater. And then this was the other yarn that I was staring at their house, which is also the Criollo. Criollo. Which is, by the way, it's a Mexican breed of sheep.
Yeah, that's what, it's actually super special. It's amazing.
So, and it's this hot pink, which is very like Carmen.
Oh my gosh.
Esque.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
and what's the name of it?
I think she's calling it Carmen. I was like, aw. She goes, well, I'm naming all the colors after like strong Mexican women. And, you know, Carmen fits. And I was like, I mean, I'm not Mexican, but, you know, it's a very Spanish name.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I'm going to do some sort of a sweater with the brown and the pink together.
That's going to be awesome.
Seeing your cables now makes me want to
cable it.
Because I feel like there is a pattern out there.
Yeah.
That has like a cabled yoke, maybe.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that might be a Nora Gone one.
Yeah, I'm kind of have a picture.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen something like that. What weight is that again?
DK.
Oh, DK. Oh, perfect.
So I'm very excited by this. I still have 2 skeins from last year from that I haven't used yet, but like.
Yeah.
Anywho.
So this was another woolen folk purchase that I got. So I went over to Flora Dora Fibers. They were so lovely, so nice. I had a really good chat with them. They do naturally dyed yarns. They had some really beautiful colors at the end, actually, because I went to the booth at the end of the day. They didn't have like all the colors that they had, so I went online and I saw like they have such a range. And I think too you'd be surprised at the fact that it's naturally dyed, the colors that they have. But I fell in love with this green. It's a really lovely kind of, it's actually a single ply sport weight, which I thought was also really cool. And I thought it would make a good celly.
Oh,
yeah.
Very nice.
So I need to figure out, probably with Alex's guidance, what colors I'm going to use for the Rosamina, but I thought it would be perfect for that.
Yeah, it would be perfect for that.
It's a nice kind of crunchy yarn, but it's still really soft.
Wool.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was, she did actually tell me what the breed was, but I forget now. Yeah. So. It was a long day.
It was a very long day.
But yeah, I fell in love with this color. I also love the name. It's called Midnight Mossy.
Oh, that is very accurate. I think I mean, for those of you listening, obviously you can't really see this, but you can't see it.
Yeah.
But because of the time of year we're now filming, the lighting is not really going to be color accurate.
Yeah. So we're trying to do our best to show you it, but it is this like, it's actually got like quite a lot of like yellow undertones to it too.
It's very pretty green. It's a very blue green.
It is. So I know it reads really like gray.
Yeah,
almost,
I think the light is a bit blue.
Yeah.
So it's turning that a bit gray looking.
Well,
anyways,
eventually I'll knit the celly out of it, and you'll all see it on Instagram, and I'll color correct on there.
Eventually. I got this single skein from Magpie Fibers.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Why didn't I get one of those? I know why I didn't get one of them.
Absolutely no idea what I'm gonna do with this, but it was this is officially Carmen Pink. I know people think it's brighter, but this is actually like a Carmen Pink. It's their brand new Plume lace weight. It is 75% cashmere and 25% silk.
It is the softest thing.
Damie was wearing this cowl, and it was like air.
Yeah. Susan obviously was like, oh, I need that, and like ran to the Magpie booth. Like I think she was like, hi Davey, and ran.
Well, she was like, can I buy that much at my first booth that I'm looking at? And I was like, yes you can.
Yes, you can.
So it's also called Le Freak. This color.
I love that color.
So it's like a deep magenta purple kind of color. And it is, I mean, there's a lot of yardage on here because, you know, 315 yards for 25 grams.
Yeah.
No idea what I'm doing yet. But I might just
You'll do something.
Pet it for a while.
So you could do a cowl.
I could do a cowl. I could run it along something.
Yeah.
I could just buy more at a later date, make something more. But
it is such a good color.
Is incredible. They are wholesaling it.
I was gonna ask you.
Okay, so yarn shop owner Truth here.
Yeah.
They are wholesaling this. It's an expensive yarn though.
Yeah,
and
it is expensive.
I'm not sure if it's too expensive to sell in the UK.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure this was $40.
It was $42.
$42.
Yeah.
Which means it's going to be 42 pounds.
Yeah, because of all the import duties and everything, and VAT. Yeah. Yeah. So let us know in the comments if you'd buy a skein of yarn for $42. 42
please
pounds.
do. I mean, this is very special.
It is very special.
It is gorgeously soft. I mean, you could definitely do very special projects in it. The color palette was phenomenal.
It is phenomenal.
I would love to have it in the shop, but I have to make a logical
wise business decision.
Yes, business decision, not just a like,
I want that pretty thing.
I want the pretty thing. It's the hardest part about you and yours.
Well, it's also too, I feel like it's such an accurate name to have it called Magpie, because magpies want all the pretty things.
Yes,
and
true.
They make the prettiest yarns.
Yep, they do. It was really nice to see them too.
Yeah, it was really nice to meet Damie actually.
Yeah.
That was the first time I'd met her, and very sweet.
Yes, she's very sweet. Okay, so that was me. What else do you have?
So another one that I got from Woolen Folk was Werewool, which I was obsessed with. I had talked to her actually before, so I wasn't at setup, but it was like right before we started.
Oh yeah.
And she was talking to me about she raises sheep in Vermont, and she does rare breed types. She's also an educator about wool, so does community events as well at her farm in Vermont. And so I wanted to go up and see her booth and squish all of her lovely yarn, but I also heard that she had Cormo, which we don't get as much over here. And I also really love too her labels. When I saw them online, I was kind of like, oh my god, they're so cute, I need to go definitely.
Oh my god, I love Cormo.
Yeah.
I forgot how much I love Cormo.
Focus. I think I need to hide my face.
Yeah, I think.
Oh no. There we go. Oh yes, there you go. Beautiful, beautiful labels.
It is beautiful.
And it's beautiful yarn. So it's undyed, it's a fingering weight, and it's all 100% Cormo. And it's the softest, like, I mean, squishy soft. Reminds you of Origin.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because Origin, the concept of that yarn was based on Cormo.
Yeah.
Which we don't get in this country.
Yeah.
But Cormo is beautiful fiber.
So I got her last 3 skeins of this. I was very excited. It's in a lovely, rich chocolate brown. Really, really soft. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I think it deserves a Thea Coleman cable.
Yeah.
as
Just
well.
comparing it to my brown.
Yeah.
It is a darker, richer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that will cable really nicely.
I think it will cable really nicely. I'm either going to do, I think I might even do a vest. I can't do the one that she just released, the Frisky Witch, even though I love that one, because that's an Erin.
Yeah. And
this is a fingering.
Yeah. I was thinking I might do the Frisky Witch in Origin.
Yeah, that would be good.
Oh, there's so many patterns.
Yep. So that's all my woolen folk stuff that I got to sneak in.
In like no.
I did also get. We don't have those things, do we?
Yes, we do.
Oh, we do. Okay.
I did bring this. I got this from Magpie as well.
Yeah, I got one of these
cool
as well.
As hell, man.
They're so cool.
It is. I don't think that's gonna focus. It's a stitch stopper. And I haven't opened mine yet. Hang on. These are really cool as fuck. Like,
yeah, they're really cool. I think I have mine.
Basically, it is to put on the end of your needles. And you put your needles inside this clip. And then it like holds them. And then your stitches don't fall off your needles. But these are beautiful. They have the magpie feather illustration amazing. On the front. They're 2 sizes in the box. There was the gold color, and then there was like a...
That's the one I got.
The darker one?
Yeah, I got the darker one, which is on my whip.
Damie has said they will wholesale these at some point, so we definitely will get these in the shop, because they are cool. They had a bunch of really cool notions.
So there it is in
I've got
action.
yours.
Let's see if you can see this. Nope.
Maybe like...
There you go.
Yeah, so it's like the end of... Kayla's got on the end of her cable, actually.
Yeah. I've got on the end of my cable so that so my yarn doesn't come off my needles too. Oh, do you like my whip, everybody?
Oh, cute, you have a whip.
I'm gonna get a whip.
What is this?
This is the Moby sweater. Remember I said as soon as I get back from Rhinebeck, I'm casting this on. So this is in Garth Nor Beacons and Knitting for Olive, soft silk.
That's gorgeous.
Yes.
It's very soft.
And that's what I've done this week as I've been sick.
Well, since I have this, so the other thing that I got, which was our own product, and I decided to keep one, was the Hide and Hammer custom retreat bag that we made for Woolen Folk. Excuse me. Which was a collaboration between Hide and Hammer, Wool Caught Yarns, and the Gristles. We have this lovely leather label there.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. So, I just love the dark and moody of this.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's very like autumnal.
It's very sexy.
Very sexy, and I decided to keep it. And actually, it's like the perfect walk around town bag.
Yeah.
Like,
I really am obsessed with the orange one, and I want you to let me buy one.
See, the orange one you only get if you come to a retreat.
I keep seeing them in the basement, and I'm like.
Yeah, these are called retreat bags because New designed them for the retreats that we run. And when you come to your first retreat, you get a bag.
Yeah.
But look, I have a whip in my bag as well.
Oh, yay! Oh, and is this the redo?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So I also cast on a project this week because I was like, I just need a palette cleanser. I'm sick. I need to like also not do much this week. I need something to sink my teeth into. Yeah. So I took Plump Next Level and I'm making the Leapling sweater, the modified t-shirt version that I think we suggested a while ago. And I was down past the bust and I tried it on and it was the wrong size, so I frogged it all. Started again yesterday. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's really nice yarn to knit with.
It looks lovely.
I've unraveled it and like labeled each skein because I was enjoying the way the colors were coming out. So
good. Oh, that's
fine.
Really good.
It's chunky yarn.
Yeah. It'll be quick.
Yep.
In time for next week?
I do plan still on wearing it at the retreat next week. I think I should be able to get it done by the end of the retreat, if nothing else. Yeah.
Anywho, I have got 2 more.
I have a couple more too.
Yeah. So,
don't worry, we shopped.
Yes, we shopped a lot. So I've got 8 skeins of these, so I'm not going to pick them all up.
Oh yeah, we did have a little break.
Oh yes.
We are trying the Coastal Spritz which is very up my alley.
Yep,
it is very
good, isn't it?
Aperol-y.
I think you wouldn't really tell that doesn't have alcohol in it.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got kind of like a cinnamon thing going on.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Blood orange, sea rosemary, and oak wood.
I'm gonna need some of those.
So this was something that I ran to at like 3:50 on Sunday. Because everybody had been talking about it all weekend. So this is Green Mountain Spinnery.
Yes.
And I got it in their music. I was like, what does that say? But it's because it says it's music but spelled M-E-W-E. Sick. Like you. Music.
I'll type it in the show notes.
Yeah. But it's in this really lovely kind of rich tealy.
It's pretty.
Yeah, it's very pretty. You can't really see it actually that well. It's really more blue on there. But it's kind of more of a greeny teal. And I actually got it with Sam in mind.
Oh.
And then I came home and he was like, I don't want a jumper. And I was like, fine, I'll knit it myself for myself. But then yesterday he was like, actually, do you want a jumper? And I was like, yeah, but you don't get the nice special yarn. Well, actually, he does still get nice special yarn because that's all I have. So I'm using some of my stashed yarn of Brooklyn Tweed Shelter.
Nice.
Yeah, for him.
Lucky
So very nice.
man.
Yes, very nice. One of my favorites to use. But I get to keep this for myself.
Very cutely. It's very pretty.
Yeah. And this I was thinking of doing a Theo Coleman with. Or I think I'm just cable.
Yeah.
So who knows what I'll actually use it for, but I have 8 skeins
you've got
of
8
it.
skeins, you got plenty to...
Yeah, it's a DK weight, and it's got really nice yardage on it. It's actually 180 yards for 50 grams.
Okay, that's quite good.
Yep. So quite happy about that. And it's got these like really cool flecks of kind of a cobalty blue in it as well. So nice, so special. This is something I would love you to carry in the shop. I'm going to influence you to try to get it.
I did pick up their wholesale pamphlet. Yep.
You didn't? I didn't know that. Wow, I didn't know everything.
I am sneaky.
Sneaky.
I mean, no idea where we're going to put it, but... Because I also went to Green Mountain Spinnery very quickly.
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah. Oh,
I literally...
Susan got this too, right?
Yeah, but I literally have no idea what I'm doing with this. And
That's
this is not my normal
amazing,
color,
though.
and I was just really drawn to it. So this is their...
This is such a beautiful...
Simply Fine Skinnies. It's a single ply fingering weight.
Did you show this to Fiona?
No.
While you were there?
No, I got it after, I think she'd left already.
Okay, because this...
Yeah, I mean, she
feels Fiona-y.
So we bought this.
Yeah.
So I have 3 skeins of this. I'm thinking maybe a shawl or something. But it's a dark charcoal gray, almost black color.
Yeah, it's not blue at all.
No.
It's showing up blue because of our light, but...
It's kind of like black with like some silver... I don't want to call them flecks, but like... Strands sort of running through it.
It's beautiful.
No idea. This is going to just go into my stash for a bit. I just really liked it and needed to have it in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, you got the plum.
I did. What do you got next?
Well, I got this beautiful thing. So this was the Rhinebeck release.
Yes.
It's not of Harrisville Designs, but it was at their booth.
Yes.
And I, of course, got one with lots of orange in it.
So I also got one. I got the plump, and I got one with more teals in it. I got the plump because I would like to do Olga Jazzy's newest hat.
I'm thinking about doing that too.
Our next level. I think that'd be cool.
That'll be really cool. I love that.
But
Very
again,
different.
this is like, you know...
Classic spin cycle.
Classic spin cycle. That is the same color. Very different looking.
Yeah, I'm thinking about putting this into my night shift. So this is the Holy Toledo.
Ooh, I love that plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to go well in the night shift. And actually, it will replace one of the colors I wasn't too thrilled about being in there. I love the color.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know if it works with it. And I think this will replace it and it will be beautiful.
And you said you wanted to do that pattern.
Yep,
like,
I'm going to do that
now.
soon. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I think I might cast it on actually and have 2 whips going for once.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, go crazy.
Crazy. All right, what else?
What else? Oh yeah, so this is the last thing, I think. No, I have one other thing.
Okay.
But this was something that when my mom, she was like, oh, do you have a plan for Rhinebeck? I was like, no, not really, but there is one thing I definitely want to get my hands on.
Yeah.
And I know they're going to be there. And it was the Harrisville Designs nightshades. So this is something I've loved for a while now. My mom got some of it, I think, 2 years ago at Rhinebeck. And this is their nightshades. They also have, it's nightshades and daylight. And it's this amazing, I wish you could see it like properly, but you can kind of see it. It's just like amazingly complex colors. They're like slightly tweedy effect, but it's really in the dye process.
Yeah.
And the color I got is like a really, really dark black, almost purple with flecks of kind of red in it.
Which color name did you get?
This is Fever Dream,
okay,
which I also really loved the name of. That's a good name. And it's a Cormo.
Yep.
It's so soft, so plushy.
It's so amazing. I also got some.
Yep. And so did Susan.
And so did Susan. Oh, that's the one you had.
This is...
Yeah, so by the time I got there, they didn't have the color selection anymore.
So that Susan got
the bluish.
Yeah, the blue.
So they all kind of read black from a distance. And then you get up close. And
yeah,
they
we
are
should
not.
hold one of each together.
So I have Insomnia, which has like sort of yellowy greens, which I know is a bit off-piste for me, but...
That was one I was thinking about getting.
Yeah. I was thinking of all of those colors.
Yeah. Me too.
Kayla's gonna hold them up, and now you can see the difference.
Now you can see the difference.
But from a distance, it's definitely, they look black.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
And that's kind of the really coolness of them. Yeah. Aside from them being amazing yarn and fiber, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Also, too, really quite. My mum's used it before. She said it like goes a long way.
Yeah.
250 yards, 100 grams, and oh, I should take Susan's.
Yeah.
The reason I have Susan's is because she bought so much yarn she couldn't fit it in her suitcase, and I had to bring it back.
I had some in my suitcase too.
And to be fair, all of us had way too much yarn, and Johnny was like, well, I am shipping yarn back. You can throw it in. But we didn't have to do that.
We got it, and nobody's suitcase busted.
Yes.
I mean, I had 2 suitcases.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I had 1 suitcase of samples and some yarn I had like taken in the suitcase over.
Yeah.
And so then I replaced that with
Yeah.
So
that was good. But I'm thinking about making one of actually the designs that they had on the booth.
Okay. I didn't look at
that I really loved, which is called Flynn. It's just this beautiful cabled jumper, but it's also a dress, which I didn't know. And then I saw it online and I thought, ooh, that's actually quite cute. But I don't have enough to make a dress, so it will be the top. Well, that's fine.
I mean, I also only got 4, probably because I was at this point getting worried about space.
Yeah.
Because I think I bought this, I don't remember if I bought this on Saturday or Sunday, it's all a blur. But I'm not sure that 4 is actually enough for a sweater for me, so this might be a vest.
But it might be a cute vest.
Thea Coleman cabled vest, or like a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, as much as I love the idea of a really cozy big jumper, it does not get that cold here.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
It's cold, but not cold enough for like the kind of jumper I actually really want to make.
You may think it's cold if you look at me right now, but actually, like this is too overdressed.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, before this I was like sweating a bit because I was walking around town so quickly.
Today's the first day I've got my cute new autumn jacket on.
I love that jacket.
In July, and it's now November.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a very mild winter here.
Which is a bummer for knitwear.
I know.
It's okay, I'm going to go to Germany. It should be cold there.
I need to go to Maine or something, but I'm not going this year.
No.
Anyway, so, last thing. I think you have the same thing as me.
Do I? I swear we don't always copy each other.
Well, you influenced me this.
Oh, did I? What is that?
So this is the booth that we were next to at Rhinebeck. So this was next to the Gartner booth.
Yes.
And I actually, do you remember their name?
I do not remember their name. They were next to us last year as well.
That's a bummer that I don't know.
And I basically went over there because the Gartner booth was so full on my way back from the bathroom. I was like, let me look at what our neighbors are doing. And then I was like, I want to try this.
Yeah.
I mean, everything over there is beautiful. Like, I could have bought a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
Suitcase for that.
Well, I wish I knew what their name was, but we'll probably look them up and put it in the show notes, as we say. Yes. But it's a new craft that I'm picking up, which is called sashiko.
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 I think that Japanese is like very...
Yeah, sashiko.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, sashiko. So it's like this kind of cloth thing, and then I'm gonna embroider it on.
Yeah.
That's kind of how they described it to me.
Yes.
But apparently it's very meditative because, as you can see on here, it's got like this little pattern. You can kind of see it, yeah.
You got one of the more intricate ones. I got a sort of larger, I think it said like simple or level 1 or something on it.
I went level 12.
Sounds about right.
And then I got the last one of this, and Alex Bird, who you guys know, Alex. I was like, Alex, my brother, but no, is Alex Bird. She was really jealous, and she's like, I may have to like fight you for that.
Yeah, and I had bought the second to last thread.
Yeah.
So I got a choice. Kaylee didn't get a choice.
No, but I really like mine.
Yeah, no, it is very pretty. I went classic like silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to try and do that over Christmas. Just
I
also got the needles.
Yeah,
Sashiko needles.
I think you got the last set of needles.
Oh really?
Yeah, because she said that she just sold the last one. And
that must have been on the Saturday.
Yeah.
Which made me wonder what the hell they sold on Sunday.
Well, she had a lot of other stuff. She had yarn too. She had a lot of dyeing stuff.
Yeah, the dyeing stuff looked really interesting.
Yeah.
And I was like, you cannot go down that rabbit hole, Carmen.
Yeah. I think Anna got some of that.
Did she?
Yeah. I don't know if she got it for herself or as a gift. I think she got it as a gift.
Then maybe we shouldn't be mentioning it.
Yeah. Some lucky person. Maybe. Or Anna's keeping it all for herself. But yeah. So, is that everything for you? Oh, no, show off the bag.
Oh, yeah. So, Harrisville Design gave you a bag with purchase, and they're really nice.
They're so cute. And
they had 3 colors, and then I got the bright blue with the orange printing, and then there was an orange with bright blue.
Yep.
And then there was a yellow. With, I think, blue on it.
Yep. So, of course, I got the orange.
Yeah.
And Susan has an orange and a blue because she kept going back. I was kind of like, you have to go back again and get the yellow. Like, come on, complete the set.
I should complete the set now.
Yeah, we kind of, I feel a little bit bad because I feel like I really tried to push Susan into the crunchy wool territory. Yes, and I think she's a little bit like, I maybe have too much crunchy wool now.
Well, because Susan likes, she loves a mohair.
Yeah.
Like, she loves to run a mohair with something. I'm really surprised. I know it's on her like list of things to do, but she hasn't done Spin Cycle plus mohair yet, and I know she wants to because it's like the only thing she hasn't put Spin Cycle with or put mohair with. And so she hasn't ventured into crunchy yarn. She's on the soft.
She's on the soft.
So we'll see what she thinks.
Yeah.
When she knits the crunchy yarns. I think she's gonna love it.
I think she's gonna love it, especially I think if she can get into cabling.
Yes.
Because a crunchy yarn does lovely cables.
It does do lovely cables.
She did say that she really liked the hat.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So hopefully, I mean, the thing is, if she really regrets any of those purchases, I know where she can rehome them.
Yeah.
Like, just saying.
I'll just be buying off of Susan for the next few years.
I don't think it's a few years worth of yarn, but you know, like, there are places to
rehome. Yep. We can do swapsies. I've got a lot of Spin Cycle.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fun.
I think I've got a few skeins of Ghost Wrench that maybe she'll want to take off me.
Oh man. So yeah, we had a really good time.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Shopping. You got to hang out with your mom.
I got to hang out with my mom, which was really special. She was really, really happy to be there, and she did say like it was really special for her, for me to be there with her, and for us to catch up and walk around, and it was really nice to have my mom there with me at my first yarn show. Yeah.
And she looked great in her tessellated.
She did. She looked amazing. I love her colors.
Oh my god. We have forgotten completely to mention that we were at the Fierce meetup.
Oh yes, we were. Oh my god,
with
Kate. Yep. And I still have my nails, actually.
Yes.
Yes. So I don't know if you can see them, but probably not.
No. But you have the fierce pattern on your nails.
Yeah, you can kind of see it there. Yeah. There you go. So I got some fierce nails to match my fierce sweater.
Yeah.
And that was really fun. Kate was super, super sweet.
She was so lovely.
She bought this amazing hat too.
It
is like a badass hat. It is a fierce hat.
I was like, never take it off. It's so good.
Yeah, it is. It's like
amazing. A leopard print, wide brimmed hat. It looks cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And she came and hung out at the booth at Woolen Folk. So thank you so much to Kate for doing that. And yeah, that was fun to like have Walcott Yarns on a hill meetup. That was quite special.
It was really, really special.
Yes.
And it was really good to see everybody who came out in their fierce jumpers. There was a lot of really cool ones, not just at the meetup, but also walking around.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the meetup, of course, it started pouring down as soon as we got to the hill. So we were only there for like, I think like 5 or 6, maybe 5 or 10 minutes kind of thing. And then we were all kind of like, okay, let's go inside. But it was really special to spend that time with Kate and see everybody's jumpers.
And see everybody's jumpers. There was a really cool black and white one that I liked. It was like white with black.
Yeah.
And so just lots of different color combos. That was
definitely
really good. And Rachel from Spin Cycle, hers was cool.
Hers was really cool. I love the dune grass.
Main, and I forget which Spin Cycle she used.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she's got it on her Instagram, her pattern page. But so New York in general was fun.
Oh yeah, it was gorgeous too. I mean, I think you texted me earlier in the week being like, okay, I understand why you like the colors
I think
you like.
I texted you that last year.
Did you? Yeah.
I'm like, I understand, Kaylee.
Yeah. So it makes total sense if you go to New England or New York in autumn. You see all the different shades of orange and red and green kind of poking through, and it's just like everywhere. Like Sam texted me and he was kind of like, well, what's so special about it? We get like trees that change color over here, and I was kind of like, yeah, but it's like everywhere. Like, you know how in England, like everywhere you go it's just green fields and sheep, and it's like just everywhere, you can't escape it. That's the equivalent of but trees.
And just so many different shades, and none of our photos do it justice. No. We'll put up one just to try and show you, but it's quite beautiful. And like driving across the Hudson, it's quite beautiful. Quite a lot of driving. We had a couple of amazing meals.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yes, at this one place in Socrates, called Salt and Fire, Kitchen of Salt and Fire, I think it was. So this was after the Thursday of Woolen Folk, so the preview day, and we all went out to dinner at this place, and we all left being like, oh my god, we never need to eat again. It's so amazing. Or I do need to eat again, but only at this place ever.
Yeah, it was one of those restaurants that like felt like fine dining, but didn't have that pretentious.
It wasn't
like,
pretentious at all. Enough. Like you felt like you were in somebody's kitchen.
Yeah, someone who really loved food. And ingredients.
Yeah. And we had the best waiter ever too. Yeah, he was amazing.
Was great.
Yeah.
You had oysters.
I had oysters, so Vincent and I got, I think, 5 oysters each. Me and Vincent were actually on a similar food path the entire weekend. We shared tacos later, street tacos. And,
it's true.
And we were like, but anyway, so with the oysters, we had oysters and this rosé that he paired with it, which was amazing. Because I actually asked if he had a sparkling to go with it, and then he was like, actually we decided to pair it with a rosé if you're interested. And I was like, I love a rosé, yes please. And that was brilliant. And then we had an amazing bottle of red wine. We did.
But that was after I started with a beer.
Yes. From Allagash,
where your brother works.
Yep. So my younger brother Alex, he just got promoted to be a brewer at Allagash Brewing Company in Maine. So he lives in Portland, Maine with his girlfriend. And Allagash White is their kind of what would you call it? Magnum opus.
Yeah, and it was really good.
Yeah, yeah.
It was really good.
It's like a Belgian, like wheat beer.
Yeah, it had a little bit of like a Hefeweizen feel to it. It wasn't quite like a German Hefeweizen, but that was like the direction it was moving in.
Yeah. And that's kind of what they're going from. But they also have like a lot of cool experimental brews. I'm trying to convince Alex to get them to do a gluten-free beer. So Alex, get on that.
Yes, please, because a couple of us tried. I think Vincent also had one.
Yep.
But Kaylee couldn't try it, obviously.
No. But I've heard good things about it.
Yeah,
and
really
when we go, Sam and I have been up to Allagash. This was before actually Alex was working there. We did a tour of the place, which is an amazing tour. So if you're ever in Portland, definitely go to Allagash. It's a really great tour. Not very expensive. They have a great tap room. Just very cool people. And you can tell Alex Doherty that
his sister
says hi.
And sent you there.
And give him some yarn.
Yes. But then we had the wine.
Yes, then we had the wine. And the wine was freaking amazing because we were saying, well, we talked on here about how I can't pronounce
wine, yeah.
I can't pronounce Willamette
Valley, yeah.
properly. I'm learning. And we were talking to Susan. Susan really wanted to have an American wine while we were there because we don't get them as often on menus over here. They're just really expensive. And so we were looking for Oregon, like a Willamette Valley kind of Pinot, but we got a Sonoma County, which is also good. Also, very good.
It was really good.
It was delicious.
It was not that expensive.
No, it was like 40. So we were in a restaurant and it was like $40 for a bottle, which is like crazy. Like
I mean, that easily would have been like 80 pounds.
Yeah.
In the UK.
Yeah. Or like more.
Or more.
Yeah. Especially in a restaurant, you know, it gets really marked up. So, so that was excellent. And then Carmen, you had, I think, because I had one bite of it at the end of yours, and I was like, oh shit, I should have gotten in on that.
Yeah, so they had, well, I started with the French onion soup, which was amazing, because that's not on very many menus, and they did it really well. Oh, and then the table had these Brussels sprouts.
Oh yeah, they were so good. It was a Brussels sprouts weekend,
It was a Brussels sprouts weekend. Like, the Brussels sprouts were phenomenal. And, but the dinner, so there was a tomahawk steak on the menu, and I was like, how big is that? And the guy said 48 ounces, and I was like, oh. But Vincent and Susan jumped in on it, so the three of us shared it, and it was, I mean, it was big.
It was big.
Like, they cut it off the big bone. But I have not had steak that good.
I know. It was like wood-fired
really
too, so it was like over a wood fire pit. And so it was just like perfectly charred, and it was, you guys had it medium rare, right? Yeah. So it was just like, oh, my mouth is watering just thinking about it.
And it was actually the charred bit, like right on the bone. I was like slicing it off, and then I was like, everybody try this, because it was so good. Like, they treated that meat exactly like it should be treated.
Yeah, definitely. It was gorgeous. And I had a pork shoulder ossobuco.
Oh yeah.
Which was brilliant. Basically, it was massive.
Like, fell off the bone.
And it just like fell off the bone. You like touched it with a fork and it just.
Yeah.
And it was delicious. It was so good. I was like so sad that I couldn't eat it all.
Yeah.
But I like physically could not. So anyway, but it was delicious. So if you're ever in Saugerties or in that area, definitely go and check them out.
Recommend.
Because it is amazing and it's such a good. It's a good dining experience too. It's not pretentious at all. Like, you'll go, like, also too, walking by, you wouldn't even think that, like,
that's the food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just kind of everything you'd want.
We should really leave them a review.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I want to go back.
I mean, I would love to go back too.
Yeah.
Like, I hope they're there next year.
Yeah, me too.
And we had more of their Brussels sprouts because they had a food truck at Rhinebeck, and we had more of their Brussels sprouts for lunch.
I know. It was so funny because Susan and I were walking around on Saturday morning before we opened, and I saw the Brussels sprouts thing, and I was like, oh my god, Susan, I want some Brussels sprouts. This is before we knew it was the same place on Thursday.
Yep.
And then she, at lunch, went and got us all Brussels sprouts.
Which I know sounds like a really weird thing to like want for lunch.
I know. It's like, who's going around being like, give me the Brussels sprouts? But they just smelled so good, and I just know you just know when they do Brussels sprouts good at a place.
Well, and they're slathered in this aioli, but like it's really good aioli. I mean, so I did feel really bad for everybody I talked to after that.
Yeah, but it was brilliant. It was so good. But yeah, and then Susie came back and she was just like, oh, it's the same people as our meal on Thursday. I was like, oh my god, of course. That's why it's so good. Yeah.
So, and we had Mexican food, which we both really wanted.
We had Mexican food 2 nights in a row because we were like decision paralysis.
Yeah, at the same place. Like,
yeah.
Which was fine.
Which was good. Yeah.
And margaritas the size of our head.
Yep, exactly.
Which was super needed after the weekend.
Oh.
So
we had a good time. Yeah, it was a good trip.
It was a good trip. It was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work. It was nonstop. It was, there was a lot of craziness.
Yeah.
You know, I think though, I don't know what else to say really about it.
I don't know either. I mean,
it's a good thing, I think. I think it's a different though experience being a vendor than it is being an attendee at things like this. Like, would I do it again kind of thing? Yeah, I would definitely if you guys asked me. But I would also want to go as an attendee, especially like to spend time with my mom and stuff like that. That would be really fun. And the way that my mom does it now too, like she goes to the not Wool and Folk, the Sheep and Wool on Saturday and Sunday, and she does go both days, but they bring like camp chairs and they like bring a picnic basket and they sit around and they knit, and if the weather's nice, it's a beautiful place to sit around and they look at the sheep, and there's a sheep parade too. So,
there's lots of agricultural stuff too. So hopefully we get to do it again next year. And it was really fun. And basically thank you so much for like letting us do that. And and for visiting us at the booth. It was really good to see you all. So I think my voice is now done. So, I think the camera's about to die too. Also that. So thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share us with your friends.
And we'll see you next time.